What's up, people? This is the Oracle. Today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Standard. This is a deck that has been created by a guy who's called Bukatov online, which is fairly well known, a pretty good player, and we recently won the mocks with that deck, and it seemed pretty sweet. Basically, playing the same list. There's only one change. He had a Nisa Vital Force in the side, and I actually don't really like that card, and I don't have that card, so I replaced it by a Transgress the Mine. But otherwise, this is pretty much the same deck. I guess I added an Ardent card too, of a Radiant Flame, because I feel like there's not as many zombies now, and I wanted to try out that card in this deck. I might want to try it in the main soon, but in any case, the main deck is the same, and it seems pretty sweet. I haven't played with the deck yet, but, you know, we'll be doing that today. And if you'd rather see some limited, feel free to check out the draft I've uploaded and recorded for the mana base. The link will be down below in the description. But today is going to be constructed for us. The hand seems pretty good, by the way. Looks like we might be playing against either red-green energy, which is more and more popular online, or it could just be, you know, good old Timur Marvel. In any case, how do we sequence that? I think we go Blooming March, attune with Ether, get probably a Mountain, because double red can be used to, you know, cast Glorybringer, and we don't need double red or double black. The next turn we can go to Game Trail, reveal the Mountain, and play something, we'll see. But I think this is the sequencing we want to go for, at least this first turn. But sometimes sequencing in deck with attune, some lands like that is, you know, a bit more complex than in other decks, so you probably want to think about it a little bit and not end up doing some wrong things, basically. Looks like Timur, alright. I have no idea how this matchup is, but oh no, it's the Timur Aggro deck actually. Okay. We drew Swamp. I kinda wanna kill that Brawler and not take too many damage. I think I'm gonna go with Game Trail, reveal the Mountain I already revealed, and drop a Rampager and kill the Brawler. And next turn we can play our own Brawler with mana backup for a Blossoming Defense or play Ronas. Not entirely sure if Timur Aggro decks tend to play Blossoming Defense, but I'm not gonna try to find out, so I'm just gonna kill that main phase. And that's pretty decent tempo swing for us, which is nice. Pretty sure we want to drop Ronas as soon as possible. Wheeler Virtuoso. I'm gonna beat down here. If they want a triple block, I'm gonna go Blossoming Defense and just sweep their board, and I'll take that. If they just take 3, I'm happy enough. And I think it's kind of close though, because Ronas cannot really attack next turn and cannot block either. I'm not sure if we are supposed to play Brawler or Ronas. Drawing 2 lands in a row was a little bit clunky. This can be pretty good at using extra mana though. The thing is, if we play Ronas now, next turn, unless we boost the Green Belt Rampager, we can neither attack or block with Ronas. I think it is just better to play Brawler and leave up Blossoming Defense. Again, not entirely sure. First time playing the deck. Might make some slight mistakes, but at least we'll try to figure out things that make sense. But here, Ronas is not looking like it's going to be able to attack or block next turn, so I think I'd rather play Brawler. They kept 4 energy, so this could indicate a Bristling Hydra maybe, that they want to be able to save twice, if I may say so, or at least use the ability twice. Yeah, I think it's a Bristling Hydra, yep. So it can potentially be a 6-5, which means we don't really have any good attack unless we use Blossoming Defense. Heart of Kiran is pretty sweet here. Again, not entirely sure about sequencing. Dropping Ronas is pretty nice because it stops things on the ground. The risk is if we try to Blossoming Defense to activate Ronas and they go Reinvolve, we get 2 for 1, which kind of sucks. Which sucks quite a bit, actually. We could attack with Brawler, and then if they block, we Blossoming Defense. If they block and use all the energy. And then we 2 for 1 ourselves, but we deal 1. We get rid of the Hydra, which is a pretty big problem, and pretty much the only problem on the board right now. This is difficult. This deck is not easy to play. This game is not looking easy. Not fan about 2 for 1ing myself, but maybe it's the right play. I mean, there's a chance they just take it too. And if they block, we can defense 2 for 1 ourselves, and then drop the Ronas or the Heart of Kiran. Huh. Damn, this is difficult. Not attacking with the elephant because if they block and I Blossoming Defense, no, I could attack with the elephant too. It doesn't really change anything. Let's imagine I attack with both and they take all the damage and don't care. They go down to 10. Then we drop Heart of Kiran or Ronas. I think I'm supposed to attack here. Not entirely sure though. This seems pretty difficult to play. Might be making a terrible mistake, but Hydra is just a pain in the ass, and if I can deal with that, I kind of want to. Also, yeah, sure. And now either we eat the Hydra or they pump once more, but then they don't have any energy for the Virtuoso anymore. Again, we 2 for 1 ourselves, which is not great, but I feel like with Ronas and Heart of Kiran, we can actually afford to do that. Question is now, do we play Ronas or Heart? And I have absolutely no idea. I feel like playing Ronas is slightly better though. I feel like Ronas gives you such an edge in the later game against other mid-range deck that 2 for 1ing ourselves here and making sure we get rid of the Hydra was a decent move. Again, not entirely sure, this is not an easy one. But now we can actually go pump the Brawler. Well, we should actually play the Heart of Kiran first, because if they try to harness lightning the Brawler, we can animate the Heart and still attack with Ronas. Looks like they don't have it, otherwise I assume they would not have let me attack. I think we just attack with these two. We are not really close to be dead, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, might as well use the energy, right? And here, either they chump block or they go down to 2. They can double block the Brawler, I guess, but then they go down to 5, and we have Heart of Kiran, which can get activated by Ronas and can become a 6-power Flyer Trampler next turn. So a Thopter is not going to save them. Glorybringer is not going to save them. They basically need Harness Lightning, and we know they don't have that, otherwise they would have used it. Alright, got there. Not entirely sure about the plays. This is not easy, but I don't know, we got there. Not sure if it was, you know, the exact right lines, or if we could have done things better, but it worked out. So red-blue-green energy aggro. Kind of like all-in chord against other mid-range deck. Obnixis maybe, though on the draw I'm not sure. I'd rather have Glorybringer as my 5-drop. I could imagine using Radiant Flame, especially on the draw. It's good against stupid Wheel Virtuoso. I don't think we want Manglehorn, this is not a Marvel deck. Magma Spray and Fatal Push maybe. Transgress the Mind I'm not sure, maybe on the play, not so much on the draw. I'm not even sure we're supposed to bring that in. And I assume sideboarding with this deck is not easy because between the Heart of Kiran, the Ronas, and Hazoret, you need to have to keep a decent curve. I don't think you can stack too many 5-drop and 4-drop, and you need enough creature for the Ronas and the Heart. So you cannot. I think sideboard is pretty difficult, and you cannot do things, you know, crazily basically. So I'm not even sure we are. I kind of want to just keep the same main deck, honestly. Probably not bringing in Magma Spray, but I assume Push is potentially quite good. Not sure what I'm cutting though, like everything seems pretty good here. Maybe Blossoming Defense is not exactly where you want to be in this matchup, as the opponent is not playing a ton of Rainfall. I think our game plan might be to just win with the gods and make sure we don't die to a bunch of aggression. I kind of want Radiant Flame on the draw. I think it could surprise them. I don't think they are expecting a sweeper from you know, a Jund aggro deck. Even though I guess the list is pretty well known now. Might want to cut an Azoret for Arlene card. Not entirely sure about that. And maybe Obnix it is. Make the deck slightly slower. Scrappy's Crownger on the draw maybe is not the best in this matchup. Okay, well I'm making the deck a little bit more defensive. I'm not entirely sure this is the right way to sideboard, so don't necessarily do that if you play the deck. But I don't know. I don't really know what to do. But I feel like on the draw we can kind of take this matchup a bit like Mardu would, and take a more defensive stance and bring in some sweeper and some more planeswalker. I don't know. I think it makes kind of sense. Now I'm again not entirely sure. Can we keep that? So turn 1 we go Game Trail tap. Turn 2 we go Fetch a Forest, Rampager. We kind of need to fetch black though. Yeah, I think it's a keeper. And if we ever draw a land in our first draw step, it's great. And if we don't, I mean, fine. We still have 2 lands. And 1 Rainfall, a 2-drop, and a 1-drop. I think it's a keeper. It's a little bit risky. It's always a little bit risky, but I think we can keep that. I hope. I've played black-green aggro energy quite a bit, so I'm used to that deck. But this is a little bit different. Obviously, this is another animal, so pretty sure we need to fetch a black here. Well, actually, it means we cannot cast Brawler anymore. On the other hand, there's not a ton of black in this deck, and you need it for Fatal Push and Radiant Flame. I don't know, it's... might not be. Rogue Refiner. That does match up pretty well against what we have right now. Land? Heart of Kiran. Oh, this is getting a little bit clunky. Maybe it was a mulligan, but it feels like 2 land, a cheap removal, 2 cheap creature is good enough to keep. Maybe I'm just lacking familiarity with the deck though. Ooh, I love that though. And if they do that, and we can just sweep the board, I'll take it. I think time has come to just get rid of everything. Right? Seems pretty good. I mean, we get kind of a 3-for-1. Not really because this drew them a card, but we could be a bit greedy and play the Rampager. I'm not exactly sure what this accomplishes though. We could go Rampager, leave up Heart of Kiran and Rampager. Hope they commit a little bit more. Now that I've tapped 3 mana though, and that I'm thinking they might just smell the thing. I think we might just want to sweep the board here. I think it feels good enough. I could try to get more value, but I'm not sure I will get more value, and things could go wrong potentially if I wait a little bit more. I don't know. It is pretty close call. They most likely would have played the Refiner here, so I guess we would have been able to eat that. Some more land is real nice. So do we play Rampager or Brawler? And do we attack with Heart of Kiran? I believe we do. Like if they actually have the Harness Lightning, it's kind of good for us because we have another heart, so we don't really mind that dying, and it let us use Fatal Push on the Refiner. So I think this is fine. I think because it uses the mana better, we'd rather play Brawler over Rampager. And if they don't have the lightning and we just deal 4, you know, I'm happy enough to. Alright, well, the thing died. Now we can push that and pass the turn. And you know, we are 1 card ahead. I kind of feel like they might have a Glorybringer in hand, which would kind of suck, but there's not a ton we can do around that. Like, it's not like Fatal Push is gonna kill a Glorybringer anytime soon. And yes, they do have it. Glorybringer is pretty important in this matchup for both deck, I assume. They seem a little bit flooded though. So do we play Heart and Elephant? Heart is pretty good, it can trade with Glorybringer if they don't have another removal. I think we'd rather play Hydra because we want to attack with Hydra next turn. It's also better if they somehow have another Glorybringer, though I'm not sure we are beating a second Glorybringer. And next turn we can go Heart, Rampager, maybe push something, and after that we'll play Hazoret. I think this is the sequence we want to follow. Okay, so I think when they played all the land they should. Bristling Hydra of their own, and they have 14 energy. Huh. That is slightly problematic. So it can be basically an 8/7. Alright. Unlicensed Disintegration. That is lovely. So we could just disintegrate the Glorybringer and drop a Rampager, and then we can double block the Hydra, and things get pretty ugly if they do have another Harness Lightning, but otherwise it's fine. They have 1 card left in hand. I think we want to go for that line. They could have a a Blossoming Defense to save the Glorybringer, but I'm not sure I can do a whole lot about that. Worst case scenario, if they do have the Harness Lightning and we get 2 for 1, we can still drop a bunch of our cards, and then Hazoret can block Hydra forever, pretty much, if necessary. And we'll not try to play Heart of Kiran before Disintegration to get value and thing, because we don't want that to hit us. And I'm gonna disintegrate now because, well, if they do have the Blossoming Defense, oh well, not a ton we can do, but I don't really want them to top deck it next turn. Same if they somehow brought in Negate, which could make sense as we have 4 Heart of Kirans and a decent amount of removal. Alright. So if we double block, we basically have 8 power, and they can have a maximum of 7 toughness right now. The second Glorybringer is gonna be probably just unbeatable, unfortunately, because here they kill our Rampager, we cannot double block anymore, and it's game. Unless they target the Hydra, but I don't really see that happening. And we do have to just chump block, unfortunately. If we take 12, I think we are dead. Interesting. Do I want to make them use some more energy? Probably. I don't think it's gonna matter. But yeah, the second Glorybringer is not gonna be something we can beat, I think. We are not dead yet, but we're pretty close to be dead. They have no cards in hand though. Like if they draw a couple lands in a row, we could come back, because again Hazoret can block the Hydra indefinitely. And you can target things that cost more than 2 with Fatal Push. It just fizzles, it doesn't resolve. But the point is now we can block. Artisan can block the Glorybringer, so I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what might happen? Like, we are not in great spot, but we are not dead, so you know, that's kind of nice, right? They don't need a lot to just destroy us, though. But again, God seems pretty crazy in this matchup. In general, when you're mid-range against mid-range, gods are just doing so much work, it's crazy. And again, they seem a little bit flooded, so maybe we can come back. However, they don't have to attack here. Well, actually, I just realized we cannot block the Glorybringer yet, because if we do animate the Heart of Kiran, they kill us with the Hydra, because they just got the 6 energy from the Aether Hub, so I guess we block here. Damn. Just gonna throw that land, because, I mean, it's not like it's doing much more than that. Hello there! Hey you! You silly Obnixilis! What were you... Where were you hiding? That is very convenient. Now the question is, do we attack with Heart of Kiran? We're not attacking with Hazoret, that's not a question, but I'm pretty sure we are attacking with Heart of Kiran. Like, getting some damage in seems nice. And it's not like they can remove Hazoret very easily and, you know... And even if they could, I would not try to jump with Heart of Kiran, so I think this makes sense. I was pretty sure this game was over a couple turns ago, and now we are suddenly back in it. Granted, the opponent is flooding pretty badly, but, you know, we are drawing 2 cards a turn, we have an unkillable blocker, a nice flyer. That is sweet. I think we'd rather remove a land before we draw. And I'm pretty sure we want to cast the Attune. Oh, well, I guess maybe it's stupid, I should just be discarding with Hazoret. Yeah, that was lame. I don't need that 6 land, it doesn't do anything for me. And actually, since they are at 14, we need to deal them 2 to have, you know, to kill them with the next 2 attacks. So we need to discard at some point. Yeah, that was just a little bit stupid and unnecessary, I guess. Long Tusk Cub, okay, well, fine. I'm gonna keep the Fatal Push in hand because there's a chance they try to go for the kill next turn. We push that. Well, I guess we have the Heart of Kiran to block anyways. Well, this is gonna get discarded, I guess. We need to make sure we don't die to Omnixilis, I guess. Ooh, Glory Bringer. Oh, this is real clunky here because we are 2 damage away from killing them, and if I had not played the land, I would have used it to deal 2 damage to my opponent, and they would have died right here. And now they have 1 more draw step to come back in the game, maybe. So this is pretty bad. I'm actually gonna exert Glory Bringer because I'm gonna kill them next turn no matter what with Hazoret's ability. And if I make them use their energy on the cub, then they don't have any energy for the Hydra. But they should be at 2 right now and they should be dying, and now they are gonna be able to get 1 more draw step instead, which is not good for us. I still think we have that because I don't think they have a ton of things that can make them come back. But this was bad. This was bad. Not playing the land instead of shooting their face last turn. Even if you have Bloodletting Defense, we can animate Heart of Kiran to block the cub, so I'm not too worried here. And I don't think they are playing Invigorated Rampage in this version. This is like Team Your Aggro. This is not the red-green Pummeler aggro deck. So we made a slight misplay by playing a land instead of discarding it, which could have cost us the game. Definitely let the opponent play 1 more turn, but otherwise this worked out pretty well. Deck seems very sweet. I hope you enjoyed that first match. Sorry. Thank you for watching and see you for round 2.